I mean, it happened in the weirdest areas of the movie. Runs to Jesus, and she says, "I'm here." And in this take, I went down, and the stream of blood coming out of my mouth.
Have you heard about the movie The Passion of the Christ? It's a story of miraculous survival for its leading man, Jim Caviezel. The challenges he faced during filming were beyond anything most actors could dream up.
My shoulder had just been, the AC joint had been ripped so badly, I could barely get it over in this particular take. So it was like, and Mel talks about it was like a little baby that I cherished the cross, but in truth, I was screaming.
Imagine being struck by lightning, teetering on the brink of hypothermia, dislocating your shoulder, and battling excruciating migraines throughout the shoot. Sounds like a nightmare, right? But Caviezel not only survived, but also thrived, a testament to his resilience and the power of his faith. Now Caviezel is finally revealing the jaw-dropping behind-the-scenes experiences. And let me tell you, it's nothing short of astonishing. So what truly went down on the set of The Passion of the Christ? Buckle up, we're diving into an incredible story. Lightning on set. Let's start with the lightning bit. According to a 2008 study by meteorologist Ronald L. Hall, lightning strikes approximately 240,000 people every year. While that number may seem high, in the context of Earth's total population, it's scarce, like win the lottery and get struck by lightning at the same time, rare. So imagine the shock when Jim Caviezel was filming a movie about the final hours of Jesus Christ on a windswept mountaintop. And lightning struck not once, not twice, but 3 separate times. That's not just rare, that's biblical. While filming the Sermon on the Mount scene, Caviezel had a gut feeling that he was going to be hit by lightning. He recounts, "I knew it was going to hit me about 4 seconds before it happened. I thought, I'm going to get hit." The man playing the Son of God was suddenly lit up like a Christmas tree. According to Caviezel, the fire emitted from his head, and his entire body was illuminated, as if he had stepped out of a comic book origin story. To make it even more surreal, the cameras hadn't even panned over to him yet. He recalled hearing director Mel Gibson screaming, "What the heck happened to his hair?" Caviezel looked as if he had just visited Don King's hairstylist. Now, lightning striking once on a movie set is insane. Twice? That's the kind of unbelievable scenario you'd pitch in a script and be told to tone it down. But just 5 minutes after Caviezel's close encounter, someone else got hit. John Michelini, an assistant on the film, came over to check on Caviezel, and boom, the sky struck again. This time, witnesses saw the bolt shoot down and hit John. Caviezel described feeling a tremendous slap on his ears, followed by a few seconds of pink and red static in front of his eyes. The crazy thing is, this wasn't John's first experience with lightning on set. Earlier, lightning had already zapped his umbrella, leaving him with burns on his fingertips. So, how rare was this? Let's analyze the situation in more detail. The occurrence of a single lightning strike is already considered uncommon. However, witnessing 3 strikes at the exact location during the production of a religious epic presents an extraordinary statistical anomaly. To quantify this, the likelihood of an individual experiencing a lightning strike in their lifetime in the United States is estimated at approximately 1 in 15,300. The probability of a person being struck multiple times is exponentially lower. When we examine the entirety of the phenomena that unfolded on set, the calculated odds become staggering, from now until the end of the century while blindfolded. This raises intriguing questions. Was this merely a coincidence, an unusual natural occurrence, or could it suggest a more sinister implication? We invite your insights and analyses in the comments. Accidental whip. When portraying Jesus Christ in one of cinema's most visceral interpretations of his final moments, Jim Caviezel anticipated a physically demanding role, but faced unexpected pain during production. In the infamous scourging scene, a protective setup was initially planned to minimize risk. However, during the first take, an actor miscalculated and struck Caviezel with considerable force, leaving him gasping for air. He described the pain as a horrific sting, saying, "The stinging is so horrific that you can't get air." Despite his faith and patience, Caviezel reacted in frustration, expressing, "I may be playing Jesus, but I felt like Satan at that moment," as expletives slipped out due to the circumstances. Surprisingly, after this incident, he endured a second accidental lash, resulting in genuine suffering and leaving him with a 14-inch scar. His challenges didn't end there. He also experienced a lightning strike early in production. suggesting a series of bizarre misfortunes throughout the filming of The Passion of the Christ. Dislocated shoulder. In a particularly grueling scene, Jim Caviezel dislocated his shoulder while carrying a 150-pound wooden cross, opting for solid timber over lightweight props that felt increasingly heavy with repetition. He noted to Fox News that it felt like dragging a 600-pound weight after multiple takes. For most actors, a dislocated shoulder would warrant a break, but Caviezel's challenges were far from over. After bearing the cross, he was nailed to it in harsh conditions of 25-degree temperatures and 30-knot winds, an experience that left him exposed, clad only in a loincloth and fake blood. This exposure resulted in a lung infection and pneumonia, illustrating the extreme physical torment he endured to portray a pivotal historical figure. Despite his suffering, lightning strikes, lashes, and severe illness, he humorously mused, "Who would have thought that recreating the world's most famous execution would have been so difficult?" From suffering to cinematic glory. The Passion of the Christ, despite the numerous challenges faced by Jim Caviezel, proved to be a monumental success. Directed by Mel Gibson, this intense portrayal of Jesus of Nazareth's final hours opened with a historic $83.8 million, becoming the largest debut for a Christian-themed film. It ultimately grossed over $610 million worldwide, from a $30 million budget. This success is a testament to Caviezel's sacrifices and the impact of his performance on the audience. While the film held the record for the highest-grossing R-rated film in U.S. history until Deadpool surpassed it, it remains the top-grossing independent film and the most successful Christian film ever made. Critically, it received mixed reviews, with a 49% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, as many critics found it emotionally overwhelming. However, the audience response was overwhelmingly positive, with an 81% approval rating. The film also garnered 3 Oscar nominations for Best Makeup, Best Cinematography, and Best Original Score, highlighting its technical achievements. Mel Gibson. The Passion of the Christ was both an artistic and financial risk, with Mel Gibson personally investing $45 million, including $30 million for production and $15 million for marketing, without the backing of a major studio. The production took place at Cinecittà Studios in Rome, utilizing evocative locations like the ghost town of Krakow and the ancient city of Matera, which lent a timeless quality to the film. Gibson's team displayed ingenuity by repurposing elements from Martin Scorsese's set of Gangs of New York, transforming a contemporary urban landscape into ancient Jerusalem, thus achieving a gritty realism that surpassed the capabilities of digital effects. To ensure a spiritual foundation, Gibson consulted with theological experts, including Far Jonathan Morris. At the same time, local priest Philip J. Ryan provided daily spiritual support to Jim Caviezel, who faced significant challenges during filming. Regular masses were held on set, serving as vital emotional support for the cast and crew. By integrating these spiritual elements into the filmmaking process, The Passion of the Christ became a unique project where religious practice and cinematic artistry coexisted, creating a powerful narrative experience. After the Passion. Following the conclusion of The Passion of the Christ, Jim Caviezel found himself unexpectedly distanced from Hollywood despite his intense investment in the role of Jesus Christ. While he anticipated a surge in film offers, he instead experienced a significant decline in them. He noted in a 2018 People interview that after Passion, incoming offers diminished without a clear explanation, describing the silence as both surprising and painful. Nevertheless, Caviezel maintained a resilient attitude. "I'm a big boy and I'm not going to play a victim." His portrayal reshaped his identity, linking him with Christ and prompting him to speak more openly about his Catholic faith, which polarized opinions among both audiences and casting directors. This newfound fame made personal privacy a challenge, and he expressed concerns about finding future roles that could match the significance of Passion. Despite this, he remained active, completing work on 3 films in 2004. In 2006, he took on a villainous role in Déjà Vu, which revitalized public perception of his acting range. Over the following years, Caviezel continued to diversify, starring in Unknown in 2006, and providing the voice of Jesus again in The Word of Promise. In 2008, he ventured into sci-fi with Outlander and took on the thriller Long Weekend. He portrayed a journalist in The Stoning of Soraya M. in 2009, a film exploring themes of injustice that resonated deeply with his values. When asked how his faith related to this non-Christian narrative, Caviezel emphasized the universality of truth and justice, stating that moral guidance transcends religious boundaries. This portrayal highlighted a quieter heroism that embodied moral courage. That same year, he starred in The Prisoner, a 6-part remake exploring identity within a dystopian setting, hinting at a career shift towards themes of rebellion against oppressive systems. Despite the challenges, Caviezel's core principles continued to guide his choices throughout his evolving career. Personal life. Jim Caviezel, a talented actor, married Carrie Browett, a high school English teacher, in 1996. He set firm boundaries regarding on-screen intimacy, stating, "I do love scenes, but not ones with gratuitous," showcasing his values and respect for his wife. Caviezel turned down major roles, including undressing in High Crimes and wearing a shirt during a love scene in Angel Eyes at Carrie's request, prioritizing integrity over fame. In 2007, they adopted their first child, Bo, from China, who had severe health issues. Instead of adopting a healthy newborn, they chose to adopt a 5-year-old girl with similar struggles, motivated by their belief in love that embraces suffering. Caviezel felt guided by divine purpose, saying, "God wanted me to do it." His iconic role as Jesus in The Passion of the Christ transformed audiences and the film itself, shattering box office records and leaving a profound impact on Caviezel.